An updated version gives you a lot of details of things that you may never discover unless you look through the details of what is new. So first of all, it says what's new. Your context configuration box that appears under images that you can see right here. It's got the latest AI models in Photoshop. Let's try it now. And so it says try it now in beta. Well, I happen to already have beta, so I don't have to open this. However, if you do not, I strongly suggest you get the beta version. I have it, but again, mine is not updated. So let me update that. Your updates will all show up under the little icon that looks like a knot. In the upper portion, it looks like a nautical knot. Right there. And it just says Creative Cloud. And that's on the Mac. I'm not sure where it shows up on a PC. Back to this, and then I'm opening the beta version. What's new? And it shows the same picture. So it says try it now. Okay, here's the image. And when you say try it now, sometimes they'll do a video. Instead of continuing with the option that they gave us, Adobe that is, giving us the option of that one image that you just looked at, I decided to insert my own and apply a step. And what step I want to show you is selecting your item, or your subject that is, and that is what it's talking about. Now right here I'm going to zoom in so that you'll be able to see it. This normally says select. Before we get into the selecting, I want to show you that this normally has a capital F and a lowercase l, because the default is FireFly. It looks like a capital F and an L. It could be an I for image. Not really sure. Doesn't matter. However, we have these two. Flux Context Pro calls it it refers to it as conversational editing with high res. Notice modes created by others. However, at the top says these are all commercially safe. This is good. We want to see commercially safe, which means you can use it for yourself or commercially. And Gemini 2.4, also known as Nano Banana, preserves details while editing. Now, Gemini 2.5 by itself will edit photos for a price. However, the resolution is not high. If you do it in Photoshop with it integrated, then it does. Now, something I've mentioned before, and that is this is only in the beta version. So make sure that you have the beta version. Go to your Creative Cloud and select the tab at the top that says beta, and you will see that it's got a variety of different applications, and one is Photoshop beta. And that is where you see that they are trying new things out, and one being adding the different AI applications, which will most likely, just my suspicion, add to the price of Photoshop once they integrate it. Now, at this time, I have been told that you can get Gemini or Nano Banana integrated in for 30 days at this time, and right now is October the 13th. So it's something that you need to quickly do before before any more days pass, because it will not be available after October. So I guess 30 days doesn't apply. Maybe the 31st is more applicable. So let's go ahead and let's see what I can do here. What I did was I selected my subject prior to making this video that you are watching, and then I decided to put a prompt in that specifically says, I'm gonna highlight it and provide it for you so that you can see exactly what's going on. This statement says that replace the woman's outfit with a Army combat uniform and that's with then a full stop or period, and then next is in the same prompt, keep the same face. Let me show you what happens. There she is, the same one. Her hair is in the same place. Her hands and feet are in the same place. Difference with her feet is her boots are not black anymore. She's not wearing jeans, not wearing a black shirt. Now she's in an Army uniform. I could have changed that to an officer of the Marines. If you'd like me to try that, let's go ahead and see what happens. Select subject, as I mentioned before. Okay. Now she's selected. It takes a few seconds, especially if you have as many things open as I do right now. Now, generate fill. Make sure that you have the capital G here. So I'm going to say, I copied and pasted the sentence I used before, the prompt I used before. However, I'm going to change her outfit. Now, I've never done this, so this time you're going to see it in true action and what the results are. So let's zoom it in so you can see. I said keep the original face. We want to change it to, the beginning part says replace the woman's clothing or outfit with Marine officer uniform. This does sentences, so I will put a Marine officer uniform. And then I can back up a little bit and select generate, or I could have pressed enter. As you can see right up here, it's generating, and we should see something quite different here. Not quite Marines, but it's more fitting now that she's sitting on the grounds. It's not an officer's uniform in the Marines. Marines are blue. Or black, sorry. Air Force would be blue. So, she has a different uniform. But again, take note. Her boots have changed. Her slacks have changed, and her blouse is now I guess some part of the Marines. I could go on to change it to Air Force. I could change it to describe it, all kinds of different uniforms or outfits. I could say a wedding dress, for that matter. This also shows that it can come in very handy for fixing issues in, let's say you are doing wedding photos. You can now apply some changes to those wedding photos. Let's say there's a long train and you want it to be in the air and the wind blowing on the bride out in the field. You can make that change. The next change I would make would be to change the background. And I would start with, and not the word change, but replace. Replace background with, and then I would specify. But in order to do that, you have to have her selected on this layer over to your right. And then you would have to click off of it and have the hit Control A. Control A selects the whole image, which is the background part that we're concerned about. So if I wanted to change her background, I would just say replace background with Marine Corps base. And I just press enter, and we can see what's going to happen. I'm not sure. But it did the job. It put her on a base of some sort. So I made this video kind of short because it's just in following after telling you all of the things about, make sure you check what all the new settings are, what are all the new options. When I did that on this round, I found tons of extras, and you can start to have fun now. In this video, in the links below, I will have some other sites that have all details, and for when it comes to prompt, you have to figure those out, or you can use Google and just search for prompts in using a Photoshop contextual toolbar is what I would put. It's called a contextual toolbar, and it leaves out the acronym AI. So that's what we've done for today. I hope you enjoyed this and that you can have some fun with it as well as make it useful.